I was born into Noel. Never have known really any other place. My mother had been going to Noel from her days at Centenary. And my dad grew up at First Baptist Church. And when he met my mom, they started going to Noel and were married at Noel. And then I came along, and shortly thereafter, my two sisters came along. And
obviously, Noel was a great option for us because my family is there. My family has been there. They've been there for a long time. And joining Noel, I joined new family and friends, but the people that are there are also friends and family of my parents, of my grandparents. I was coming home to a lot of support and a lot of love, who've loved my family for a long time.
You know, the hallways and the smells, and it's an old building, and all of that has remained the same over the years. And so every time I've walked inside, I have always associated just comfort and familiarity.
Don't regret a minute of it. So been here and raised our children, and now watching our grandchildren grow up in the church.
Noel has kind of been that weaving thing that's gone in and out of everything. I look back at my parents were married in the church. All three, my sister and my two sisters and I were all baptized in that sanctuary. My three kids were baptized in that sanctuary. I've married one daughter in that sanctuary. I've had 2 memorial services for my deceased parents in that sanctuary, and it's just when you consider the major life events that have occurred, Noel has been there.
Our Sunday school class has so many young families, some that are starting to have children, some that have older children, and a big focus in our life right now is our children and raising them the way God intended us to raise our children, and surrounded by people that are loving them as God loved us, and teaching them about Jesus from an early age.
The children's choirs and the vacation Bible schools and the musicals that we did, and how I was able to channel areas that I enjoyed, and at the same time I was learning about God and Jesus. And then I think about, as I got older and became middle school and high school aged, I was a youth, and I had a lot of questions about my faith, and the youth group and my experiences in the youth group nurtured that walk and that process of my life. I discovered who I was. I was able to grow as a person.
In any kind of times, whether it's happiness times, having babies, or in times where it's sad times, I've gone through losing both of my parents, and I've had a church surround me like I just can't even imagine not being in a community that didn't give me that love and support and that strength that I needed during those times.
I, of course, grew up as a choir kid, and
Been a member for,
I started
40 plus.
May of 1969, so what is that, about 43 years?
Another part of Noel that we love is the contemporary worship service, which is really neat because I look up in the band, I look at the singers, and I'm related to about half of them. They're my cousins. They were blessed with the musical genes where we were not.
I love how it unexpectedly changed my life, and it changed my views of worship in general. And I love how the music that is sung can bring up emotions and feelings in different ways for different people.
I really believe in my heart that Noel has turned the corner, and I believe it's really focused on the energy that has been developed through the contemporary worship. We have young families that are coming to Noel. We have children in the children's division. We have babies in the nursery division.
I feel like Noel has been there for each generation. For my grandparents, it was there when they were raising their children. It's been there when my parents brought my brother and I to Noel. And now we're here with my cousins and Noel, the other members of Noel, and we are now having our children and bringing them to Noel.
It's just so exciting to me to think of what is going to be for these young children, for these young parents, because it's what Chris and I enjoyed during the time when we were young, and we want that for ours as well.
Jeannie and I are so fortunate that our kids are here, and not only here, but a member of the church with us. And I want to be able to have facilities for them so that they can carry on long after we're gone.
I think that what we have at Noel is a very powerful gift, and I just can't wait to see where God wants to take it to the next level.